Hull is kind of shaped like a bowl. You've got water running off in all different directions, ultimately all coming into the sewer network. So that's 88% of all water that falls on the land and in houses, and 6 different water courses. And I guess coming together as partners, we wanted to look at synchronising projects and plans. We all have a kind of a series of data that's collected around the region. If we brought that together as partners, could that tell us something different, and could that help us respond to this extreme weather threat that we have here?
And so back in 2007, we had an awful lot of water falling on the city itself and flowing into the city. And all that water has to flow through our sewers and drainage systems to get out to the Humber estuary. And basically in 2007, the systems struggled to cope because there was too much water, and the water wasn't able to convey through the city as quickly as was required. So we realised that the problem we've got is water needs to be moved through the city in different ways to mitigate future climate change. In Hull, we've got lots of different risk management authorities that are in operation, and we all have managed flooding in the past in different ways. We all manage different types of flooding, and what we've come to learn is sometimes we can't tell whose flooding is whose water is whose, where's the water come from, where's it going to go. We just know that we do have a problem of flooding in Hull. So we wanted to bring all of this data together. So that's information like telemetry, which is monitoring water levels in rivers and sewers. But until this project, all of this data was separate, so it didn't talk to each other. So we was hoping that this project would bring it all together for us to link together all of our hundreds of data points and give us a better idea of what water does in Hull.
So iCASP funded this project through their grant, and were really helpful in bringing the partners together, helping identify their challenges, and helping coordinate all of the data that needed to come together. The findings have been really interesting on several levels. So I think the first thing is just to understand the operations and the response time and the relationship between the different assets. The other thing that was really apparent and a somewhat intangible but really important lesson was that there is definitely benefit of compiling all of this data and working together and working more holistically across all the partners so that they can understand each other's systems a bit better. Sharing the data, having the joint meetings, building the relationships was all a really important part of this, aside from the technical aspects, to help them really understand how they could work together more effectively.
It's been a great experience. So before coming into a Living with Water role, I'd worked in the water industry for kind of 7 or 8 years previously and hadn't really had any exposure to working with academia. And through this project and the wider Living with Water programme, I've really got to understand how much there's a broad spectrum of research out there, and I think it's really, really important that industry works with academia to bring some of those lessons and to inform research topics. And iCASP, obviously, the whole purpose is to kind of use research and make it work for industry. So it's been a really eye-opening experience and something that's been really positive.